MIRA Limited used to be known as the Motor Industry Research Association. We have 400 staff in all, plus contractors when required. Our main site is on the Leicestershire-Warwickshire border, covers nearly 800 acres, and we have a small site down in Essex and an office in Shanghai. Fuel economy measurements, engine lab test cells, anything to do with automotive testing. But we're not limited to automotive testing, we also test white products, things like the Chris Boardman bicycle from the Olympics was tested in our wind tunnels. We went live with COA on the 1st of January 2003. We find the support desk particularly good, very responsive, and we have a good rapport with most of the staff there now. There's been a very low turnover of staff on the COA side, which meant over time we've built up really good relationships. The other major bonus we found with COA is they listen to our ideas and incorporate them back into the main product. So it's a two-way relationship, I think. Not all ideas can be accepted because they conflict with other customers, but if you have a good idea, it will get included in the product. We use several COA solutions modules. We have the core accounting, project ledger, accounts receivable, accounts payable, fixed assets, open reporting and EDR reporting, as well as the OpenLink module. We use the OpenLink module in many ways. You can use it for bringing a basic text file, either as a manual operation or as a given folder on your system. COA Solutions will poll it and bring the information in. You can also bring in spreadsheet files, or as we do a lot, through program interfaces called APIs. This allows us to give seamless integration from our feeder systems. OpenLink was a great boon to us when we went live. It allowed us to keep our feeder systems the same, which cut down on the training for end users. It allows us to seamlessly pull information in from our purchasing system, purchase approvals, our timesheets, and that's not only for human beings but our facilities as well. And the OpenLink system is seamless, and it allows us to keep commitments up to date instantly. So when we get a purchase order raised on the outside, as soon as someone presses the button and authorises it, it's pushed into open accounts, and that commitment appears on the project straight away. One of the current projects I'm working on at the moment is to bring our sales invoices into the system automatically. At the moment we have a very paper-based system where engineers write down the invoice, puts it into the internal mail, which goes to accounts, who then key in the information and process it. This is obviously error-prone because engineers' writing is not always brilliant. You can mistype numbers or projects and then therefore end up with your income in the wrong area. What we're working on now is a system for engineers to key this information in online in a feeder system, which the accounts department can then verify and push straight into open accounts, saving the need for rekeying and reducing the number of errors. We have implemented the version 1 scanning solution for our purchase invoices. Basically, the process within our company is that the invoices are logged by the accounts department. A little barcode is printed out and stuck on the invoice at the time it's logged. And at the end of the session of each morning or afternoon, all those invoices are then scanned and they automatically are linked to the projects or cost centres where the cost has gone. This allows anybody then using the system to query into any transaction and see the source invoice, which is very useful for the engineers when the transaction description isn't sufficient for them to work out what the actual product or services they bought. MIRA was the first site to go live with version 6. We took part in the beta programme because I believe as a developer it's very important not only to make a new product but make sure it works the way your end users think it should do. As a developer I see this from both sides. I have these wonderful ideas but it's not how people work in the real world. So not only did we want to make sure it was going to work for us, but we wanted to feed back in what we thought were good ideas that other customers could use. One of the key benefits from version 6 from MIRA's point of view was the ability to be able to split a purchase order line over several cost centres or projects. Prior to version 6, the only way you could spread the costs was to have multiple lines, which often was very confusing to suppliers, or they sent you 4 times or as many times extra goods than you wanted. Another benefit of version 6 is the ability to have multiple screens open. This allows you to look at the details of transactions while having key facts about a supplier or customer also available on screen at the same time. Therefore, if you have a query on your transaction, you've got the contact details of the supplier in front of you without having to come out the screen and losing your train of thought. We were the first site to implement version 6. Having taken part in the beta programme, we'd done some of the early test installs. Then had a consultant come out on site to show us how to do it properly, having worked out from the feedback the best process. We actually undertook the go live ourselves because we'd done 2 dress rehearsals. We were fairly confident we knew what we were doing, and like all implementations, you have to plan your fallback. If things have gone wrong, we knew what we were going to do and our get out plan. It's very important when you're planning an implementation to know, yes, what's going to happen and how to test it, but if something does go wrong, what your fallback position is. So with all this in mind, it made us quite confident we could do it on our own, and we succeeded on the August Bank Holiday 2006. As Vice Chair of the Open Accounts User Group, one of the things we organised for version 6 was a vote on the most popular enhancements. We basically asked users to provide us with a list of enhancements, then consolidate them into a list, and then asked the users again to vote on their top 5 requirements. We then took the results of this survey back to COA Solutions to be included into the product.